Boom! All right, welcome back, Grant Training Systems. Today, why stretching when your body is cold might actually be that secret little key that finally makes you pain-free. All right, in 3 minutes or less, why stretching when your body and your nervous system in particular is not warm might be the secret sauce to making you finally pain-free. Before I drop that 3-minute clock up top, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so now. If you liked the video, definitely hit the like button. And if you have a comment, drop it below and I will get back to you as fast as I can. If you don't want to listen to me blab on, you got the timestamps below. And if you have not signed up for the free 45-minute initial consultation, which is free, or the Unbreakable 30-day program, do so now. All links are below. All right, so why in the world would we want to stretch when our body is not warm? We've always learned that we should, be sweating and we should be warm before we go into stretches, or our body won't really recognize what we're doing. Well, I would ask a different question. Let's have a different conversation. Throughout the day, how often are we really in this warmed up state? Now, of course, if you go running, if you go on a bike ride, if you're physically active, you're in that state when you're done, and that's a fantastic time to stretch. Our body is prepared, our muscles are warm, it's full of oxygen, our nervous system is ready to adapt and mold to this new position. But I think we also need to understand that that's a very small portion of our day, and for the rest of the day, we're driving from point A to point B in a car, we're getting out of the car and we're walking to the office, we're leaving meetings, we're waking up from our sleep in the evening, and our nervous system is not ready to stretch. So what if we started telling our body that in that position too, we wanted it to recognize the range of motion and the mobility that we want. We want to be able to express full range of motion in everything that we do. So that is why this next stretch is fantastic. I love doing this when I wake up in the morning. I don't do any warm up before. I just get up, I walk around, I take the time, I sit next to my bed or a wall, and I go into this stretch and I show my body and my nervous system that even though I am not warmed up, even though I'm not activated to stretch, I want it to see and feel the position that I want my mobility, my joints, my fascia, and my muscle to have. Because what will happen is your nervous system and your body, being very clever, will start to catch on. And not only will you start to warm up, but your position will start to become better. Your joints, your muscles, your fascia will start to express that range of motion that you want. That tension becomes less. And then throughout the day, when you get up and you're walking around, you simply feel better. If you do it in the morning, you have your coffee, you do your thing, you drive from point A to point B, either dropping your kids off at school or going to work, you will realize that your overall daily range of motion, flexibility, and mobility is better because you're telling your nervous system that you want it to be able to express this freedom, not only when you're done training and you're all warmed up and ready to be stretched, but throughout all times. And it's also fantastic because it acts as a way to warm your nervous system up and be more prepared for the day. So not only can you focus better, cognitively function quicker, you're more efficient, but your body understands that you are taking action and you're keeping it active. Therefore, your nervous system is going to do the same thing and allow you to keep that range of motion. All right, so you can see me sitting against a wall. I can also use a bed. So if your bed is about so high, you can also use something like this because then you're able to lean on it versus having an actual wall that you just push against. Both are okay. At home, I use a bed. Here, I'm using a wall because I don't have a bed. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get in this position. I'm gonna start with my right leg in and my left leg out. So you can do both if you want. I would do both sides. For the YouTube video, I'm gonna do one. So what I'm gonna do from this position here, and make sure you pay attention because this is one people often mess up if they're not. So with my left hand, I'm gonna go around my left leg as if I'm doing a bicep curl. That does not mean here, that does not mean here. That means from here, like a bicep curl. I like to pick my leg up a little bit, wrap my hand underneath, and in this position, have my hand under my leg. Now you will feel probably quite a strong torque or stretch right here in your shoulder. That's okay. What I like to do in this position is, the reason I have the wall here is because it allows me to lean against it, create some torque, open my lower back up, or I can even, as you see better in the other camera, use this hand to kind of create some space between my leg, if you will, and my pelvis and my hips, yeah? So I'm gonna kind of show you the muscle right there called the QL, which is really what I'm opening up right in here. And through stretching this is just gonna allow our back pain actually to pretty much disappear from above. You got to think about the pelvis having multiple cables attaching it. And a lot of times we're focusing on the cables that are below the pelvis, below the hip region, forgetting about the ones above it. So this is fantastic because it really starts to go into that QL area right here and starting to open it up. As that shoulder starts to relax, what we can do is the yoga stretch would be just to go completely over. But some of us are going to be missing that range of motion and not be able to express that movement very easily. So from here, I can use the wall just like this. And I like to find myself in a comfortable position where I'm able to use this elbow so I can create some torque against my left knee. And I can also use my hand to push against the wall. You see, if I come up with my fingers, that actually puts me in alignment as if I was some super yogi and was able to do this on my own, which I'm not. I'm actually tight. So I like to use things like these structures to help push me in the right position. Because from here, what I can start to do is I can start to crawl my hand over even more and really allow that to open up my lower back. And you see, sometimes I create some torque with my left hand, and sometimes I just let my left arm relax. My fingers push me back into alignment, or for me to lean forward a bit. If the floor hurts a little bit, I would suggest getting a mat because sometimes that lateral bone in your ankle can kind of start digging into the floor. And from here, we're just gonna sometimes combine those movements, really try to get my shoulders parallel to my hips, if you will. So I'm really trying to open it up like this and just continue to crawl over. Breathe from the diaphragm and see if I can really begin to pull myself down. And as my shoulder opens up, I can even move my hand down more. And from here, we're just gonna play with the stretch. I like to lean into it like this. With my elbow on the wall, I start really feeling that under my armpit. So my lat, I'll show that muscle here. Keeping my left leg straight on this one, trying to open up that right hip and just really kind of pull myself into this stretch. Now, we want to make sure that we're careful when we get out of it because this is something I call the positional stretch, meaning we're stretching everything at once. We're stretching a position, so depending on what our body feels is tight, it's gonna stretch first. So if your shoulder is the tightest, you're gonna feel this most in the shoulder. Spine, your QL, your QL. But from here, I like to play with the position, rock back and forth, find my own little dark skeletons in the closet. And as I said, I like to come out of this one nice and slow. So you see, I'm literally coming out of it, breathing, letting my back relax, using my hand to support myself. Breathing. Coming out of it, and then move around a little bit before you go into the next side. All right, there we go. One more video done, and hopefully one more exercise for your library for you to become and stay pain-free. If you have not gone to the website yet, granttrainingsystems.com, and signed up for the free 45-minute consultation, do so now. Let's talk one-to-one about how my digital physical therapy programs can help get you pain-free and keep you pain-free and make sure you live a life that is pain-free. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do so now. Hit that goddamn bell so you get the notifications. Every Tuesday is a new video, and these videos are also every Friday on IGTV. So if you have not subscribed to my podcast yet or not subscribed to my little Instagram channel, then do so now because the link is up there. I want to see you guys everywhere. Let me know what you think of the videos. Leave your comments below. Have a goddamn good day, and I'll see you guys next week.